Welcome back to another video. It is Wednesday evening, it's 7:05. This is technically my calmest day of the week, although it does not feel like it. So for anyone that doesn't know, this is the week of IPF Worlds, and I am doing daily podcast recapping each session, each primetime session. Today was just the 93, so it was a shorter episode I had to film, and also it was only one session I had to make notes on. But when I tell you, I am literally constantly writing things as well as going on, which is fun because it's keeping me super engaged, but also it's kind of taking away from me just sitting and enjoying the drama. But I'm really enjoying doing it, and I'm having the greatest time, and it's been really fun just engaging with those different people. So I'm grateful I'm doing it. I'm really glad I set myself the challenge of doing it. But it has meant that this week there is literally no such thing as free time. Outside of training, keeping up with clients, calls with clients, just programming everything, I've literally not had free time. And I was thinking today might be my chance to get some, because it was just the one session, because it was at 1 p.m. in the UK, UK time. I was like, oh yeah, I'll have so much time. Guys, it's literally 7 o'clock. It is currently 7 p.m. I still have to train, which, to be fair, it is a fairly short session. It's just 3 sets of super light bench. It's a couple of sets of sumo that are reasonably light, 3 sets of conventional, and then just some lower accessories, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. But if you can't tell, I am tired. Just had to have a little pause to go and stop Zuko from eating the food on the side of the worktop. But yeah, I've been managing to get 7 hours of sleep a night, which is good. That's kind of what I like to get during the week if I can, as an absolute minimum. But I've not been getting any time to actually switch off. So I've literally been getting in bed with my brain absolutely wired from just finishing uploading stuff. And I'm not getting any decompression time, and I can absolutely tell. Also, won't lie, neglecting my nutrition and just overall recovery as well. Obviously relaxing and stuff is a big part of recovery, but also my nutrition. So I'm still kind of sticking to my macros. I had a Domino's on Monday night, but that was a little treat to myself. But other than that, I've been super locked in. Even that day, all of my meals up until that were super locked in. But I've really noticed kind of today, I've just not eaten enough, which I'm now training at 7. I've still got a 600-700 calorie meal to have. Usually by now, if I'm training this time, I've had all of my food. And I realized yesterday was a similar thing of I didn't eat anywhere near enough during the day. And then by the evening, I just felt a bit flagged and stuff. And I don't even know what time I'm going to eat tonight, if I'm going to get time to cook anything, which is kind of unlike me / frustrating. I have got some meals prepped in the fridge, to be fair, so worst case, I'll just heat one of those up. But I've also got some food that needs eating up today that I need to cook up, so annoying. But I also still have to go on a dog walk, and I don't really know how the rest of the evening is going to unfold. I am also up early tomorrow. I was up early at 6 today. I'm up at 6 again tomorrow. Then these are my 2 earliest rising days of the week. But I am kind of telling myself that it is absolutely worth it, and it absolutely is. The engagement I've been getting this week is fantastic. The growth of the podcast this week as well. I didn't do it for this reason. I literally just kind of set it as a random challenge that I decided to do. But it's been completely worth it. It's just one of those weeks where it's head above water, just keep kind of going. But I'm not going to complain about it, because I am grateful for how well it's all going. It's just I need to look after myself. And I won't lie, I mentioned last week, I think I was having a lot of cravings, and they've kind of died off this week. But with that, my appetite's kind of gone as well. So even now, I literally I had my lunch at 2 o'clock, and then I just had some pre-workout, baked oats, which isn't the best pre-workout, but I was it's the only thing I have that I can eat right now. I had baked oats an hour ago, and it's just made my stomach, my stomach isn't overly sensitive. I don't really bloat very often or get discomfort or anything. My stomach feels like someone's grabbing it and just squeezing it like a sponge. It's very uncomfortable, and I think I let myself get way too hungry, and then I ate, and it's just made my stomach feel kind of in knots and in bits. So not particularly looking forward to this session because of that, but it is a super light session. It should be absolutely fine. So I'm just going to kind of crack on and get it done. But again, I'm grateful for the fact that I'm busy. This is kind of what I've wanted. Also, something that I've been finding really, really funny, the amount of people that obviously know I'm a massive powerlifting nerd, powerlifting fan, whatever. They know I've been watching Worlds, that have been messaging me, asking me what's been going on. And I'm go and listen to the podcast. This is literally 1, why I'm doing it, and 2, support your friends and their content. What? And I thought that was really, really funny. Obviously, I don't, I'll be honest, if my friends listen to it, I actually get embarrassed. But if you're going to go to the effort to ask me what's been going on, just go and listen to the podcast. Put it on 2 times speed. You'll get a quick replay. It just made me really laugh. But yeah, I just thought it's quite funny. I need to crack on. My stomach is so uncomfortable, but it will be fine. steps this week have been non-existent. I'm trying to do more like cardio bits. So when I do my ab circuit at the end of today's session, I'm going to add in some cardio movements and do like 30 seconds abs, 30 seconds cardio for just 10 minutes and just kind of get my heart rate up. I think that'll be good. And then next week we'll start kind of focusing on steps a little bit more. So next week, not this weekend, but the weekend after, I'm at a comp all weekend. It is the last one I think I'm at for a while, to be fair. So I desperately need some decompression time. Realizing that this week, just with like how short my patience is this week. So I'm trying to make a plan to just spend an entire weekend, just like my phone is literally going to be turned off in a drawer somewhere in the house. And I'm just going to give myself an entire weekend, just completely technology free, and just literally like sit and do some painting and stuff all day. Maybe like do some gardening, which I've been neglecting and stuff, like, and just do stuff that isn't on my phone. Maybe like just make a whole weekend of like social plans and stuff as well, although that probably won't be very good for decompression. But yeah, I'm very aware of the fact that I just need to spend a bit of time, like especially this week, like my screen time was getting so good, it was getting so low. And now since IPF Worlds, obviously just being on my phone as it's on, writing notes, like my notes screen time is like 3 hours a day right now because of just being on it when Worlds is on, as well as then Instagram, communicating with everyone about what's going on. So definitely in need of some decompression.
Fatal attraction, lovers in action, yeah. One of us is gonna get hurt. You got your madness, and I'm good at bad habits. Oh, one of us is gonna get hurt. I'm no one to trust, ask anyone, and you will see it. I love for the thrill. I'm dead serious, it's you or me, you best believe it. This is not a drill. This is fatal attraction. These are times of crowds of passion. One of us gonna get hurt. Took a shot for the magic, but we're crashing into tragic. One of us gonna get hurt.
Okay, guys, look at the state of me. My top is drenched and it's like completely changed shape just from sweating so much. It is also really humid here tonight, to be fair. So I did my cardio and core circuit at the end and I really enjoyed it. Literally just 10 minutes just to get my heart rate up. And it was obviously like fairly beginner to begin with because I just not done that type of movement in ages. Happy to report, can still do burpees without my joints feeling like I'm going to die. So that was a pleasant surprise. But no, like, I really enjoyed it. And I think I just want to feel fit and healthy again. Like outside, like generally, obviously I feel healthy and stuff in myself, especially since losing weight and stuff at the start of the year. But I miss moving my body in that sort of way alongside training. And I know I can do both really well. And actually, I think my overall training will benefit from it as well. Plus, it'll help me get my body weight back down without having to drop my calories too much. So that is also another benefit, of course. And if I can actually get to the point of doing that, like this week, I'm going to do that once and then hopefully rowing machine sprints on Sunday, which I don't think I actually mentioned in a previous video. I couldn't do them again on Sunday just because of my neck. So if this Sunday my neck feels quite like dodgy again and just quite tight, then or this weekend. So I might just do it Saturday when I'm training here at the end of my squat and deadlift session, and just do another circuit like that rather than doing the sprints on Sunday. But I think eventually I'd like to get to the point of doing like 3 cardio sessions a week of just like HIIT training or like some kind of interval like circuit training type thing. And then obviously walking the dog and stuff as well. That should be plenty to get my like overall expenditure up enough that my calories shouldn't have to be too low. Really enjoyed that though. It was just a nice change. Training actually felt decent as well. So bench was fine. Like it's such a light session anyway, but my bench is feeling really in a good groove at the moment. And to be fair, so is sumo. Sumo felt really, really good. I will say the 145 didn't feel as good as the 135, not because of the load, but just because of my grip not quite being set properly. And I also caught the bar on my leg on the first rep, which just kind of knocked my positioning a little bit, which is why I did a full reset rep on the final rep because I was like, these are not executed very well. But my positioning felt really crisp, and that's 2 sessions in a row when my sumos felt really, really solid. So happy with that. And then I will admit, I actually was pretty much this sweaty just doing my lower body movements after as well, but is what it is. It's a good thing. I'm glad to have this more work in. I've also got some good ideas of some tweaks and stuff to make in the next training block that I do. So this is the last week of this first intro back. And now I kind of know how healthy my body is. There's definitely some room for me to add in some other movements. And actually, I'm not going to read the full comment out, but someone that left a comment on a recent video, basically just suggesting obviously working on my posterior train and stuff more because it is a weak link for me to help my deadlift. And I just wanted to say like that's literally always been the plan. So before I went to Lewis, I was doing a lot more consistently like RDLs and stuff and really trying to boost my posterior chain, can't speak, through like accessory movements as well in the gym, which obviously I don't show a lot of my accessories on here, but with my hamstring issue, it just got to the point where I really couldn't push RDLs. And to be honest, I think RDLs have always irritated my hamstring in some way. And obviously I just pushed through it for so long because I was so determined to get my posterior chain, I don't want to say it's a massive weak link because it is actually stronger than I can probably kind of explain it as. But like RDLs are something I've never been able to do very heavy on. I think the heaviest I've ever done is probably like 110-ish, maybe 120 for like 6. But like hip thrusts and stuff are something I've never been overly strong on. But how do I word it? So basically, it's something I've always wanted to do, but whenever I've tried to push these movements consistently, can you tell my brain is just exhausted? Whenever I try and push those movements consistently, some kind of niggle and stuff kind of appears. So this block, I've experimented with different stuff at home, obviously, and I've given it kind of a proper rest. I tried to add in hamstring curls on the bench that one of my clients gave me that I've been using for leg extensions, and I really love it for leg extensions, but I'm not a massive fan of it for hamstring curls. And I also don't think I'm healthy enough to add in an RDL or a stiff leg yet either, which stiff legs I actually tried in. I think I actually had stiff legs in when I moved over to Lewis, but so I think RDLs just weren't quite doing what I needed them to. So I tried stiff legs for a bit and I was quite enjoying them. But then again, the hamstring just kind of flared up so much that we just had to kind of take stuff out. But what I think, rather than adding in either of those, is adding in a back extension to begin with and just working on those, because then it's still a hinging pattern. It's still going to kind of address weaker areas and just build from there, and then hopefully slowly transition that into maybe like a dumbbell RDL or something. But obviously for those, I'm going to have to go to the gym. So what I'm kind of thinking is on my next training block, so on a Sunday currently is the only day I go to the gym. I think on a Saturday I'm going to go as well, because I've only got squats and deadlifts on a Saturday anyway, and they don't take me too long, and the gym will be really quiet at the weekend. I'll then go to the gym after my like main lifts here, and whatever accessories I can do here, I'll do here. I will then go to the gym. I'll properly re-warm up as well so that my legs don't obviously seize up and stuff from the drive. And then I'll add in like their hamstring curl machine. I'll add in the back extension. I don't think they've got a glute drive anymore, but if they don't, I'll probably use a Smith machine for one, because I don't really want to do that with a free bar here, and I've not really got a decent enough bench to lean on either. Although to be fair, the one I've got my camera on currently would probably work. But yeah, I kind of wanted to let you guys know kind of my thought process on that. So I'm very aware of what my weak links are, but I'm also very aware that they're not probably as weak of a link as they seem to be, but they are definitely something I want to work on. And it's like literally the stronger every single part of my body is, the stronger I'm going to be, right? But I do think the biggest thing for me is it's just going to be keep drilling in sumo. Just keep drilling in sumo, decent volume on sumo, getting there, and obviously just staying healthy, which currently I feel like I am. I will say after sumo and conventional, I did kind of feel like I could feel my hamstring issue a little bit, but that seems to be the same thing every single week. And then by the time I finish my accessory movements, it's just kind of relieved it and I feel good again. And like right now I feel good. Conventional didn't feel overly good tonight, but to be honest, I think I just don't like conventional. I think that's literally what it is. And I think because it's so light, like 130 for 5s is obviously nothing to me, but because it's so light, I expect it to feel like an empty bar, and then it doesn't, and then it just puts me in a mood and I don't want to do it. Obviously I'll still do it. But yeah, that was a little bit of a rant to basically say I am going to be addressing like my weak points in order to get my deadlift up, because like I genuinely believe I should be squatting in the low to mid 200s in the next like 12, 18 months. Like I think the fact that I squatted 190 for a triple well over a year ago now, and it wasn't even like max effort, like obviously it was work. And like my squat was just on such a tear that I just think I know it wasn't anywhere near its limit, and I just need to kind of get back to that. And I think a big part of my squat is fear, to be fair. But then also with my deadlift, I do think that should be in the 200 by now. Like I do genuinely believe that, but obviously it's one thing saying it, and it's another thing actually getting there. So it's just like I've been doing this long enough to know it just takes time, and I'll just keep going until it kind of happens. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep programming. I'm going to keep working really hard. I'm going to keep making tweaks where I need to, and if I feel like I need a second opinion, I've got plenty of people I can go to for help with that. So yeah, I'm feeling good about where things are at, and I'm feeling really good about the structure I've currently got. I feel good about the fact that I can start addressing weak points without causing further irritation, and I think I just have to be super sensible with how I reintroduce things like RDLs or stiff legs or whatever I decide to add in for that kind of strengthening my posterior and hinge pattern, like my hamstring and stuff in particular. So we will kind of see how things go, but obviously I'll keep you guys updated. I'm going to wrap the video up here. I'm going to go in and I think I'm just going to walk the dog before I do anything else, get that done. Shower, eat, bed. That's the plan. Thank you very much for made it to the end. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in a few days for the next one.
I would love to see you cry. I would love to shut you out. Baby, I'm the gift